Maya lived in a small town nestled between rolling hills and vast fields of green. In her town, everyone spoke the local language, a melodious dialect that carried stories from generation to generation. But Maya had a dream that stretched beyond the hills and fields of her hometown. She wanted to learn English. English was not just another language to Maya. To her, it was a key that could unlock doors to new worlds, ideas, and possibilities. She would often see tourists visiting her town, speaking in English, and she longed to communicate with them, to learn about their lives and share stories of her own. One day, when Maya was about 10 years old, her father brought home a gift that would change her life. A bright red dictionary with English to local language written on the cover in golden letters. It was thick, filled with words that Maya had never seen before, but she was not intimidated. She opened it to the first page and read the word aloud, apple. Maya's father noticed her excitement and decided to enroll her in an English class at the local community center. The class was small, with only a handful of students, all eager to learn. Their teacher, Mrs. Thompson, was an older woman who had lived in the town for many years. She had a gentle smile and a kind voice, and she always encouraged her students to speak, no matter how many mistakes they made. Maya's first day in class was both exciting and challenging. Mrs. Thompson started with basic phrases, "Hello, my name is," and "How are you?" At first, Maya struggled. The words felt awkward in her mouth, and she often hesitated before speaking. But Mrs. Thompson always reassured her, "It's okay, Maya. Every mistake is a step forward." Maya practiced diligently every day. She would wake up early in the morning and read from her red dictionary, learning a few new words each day. She carried a small notebook with her everywhere she went, writing down any English words she came across. At home, she would practice speaking with her little brother, who found it all very amusing. Sometimes, they would laugh so hard at their mispronunciations that tears rolled down their cheeks. One evening, after several months of studying, Maya was walking home from the community center when she noticed a group of tourists looking lost. They were holding a map, turning it this way and that, trying to make sense of it. Maya hesitated for a moment, but then she gathered her courage and approached them. "Excuse me, can I help you?" she asked in English, her heart pounding in her chest. The tourists looked surprised but relieved. "Yes, thank you. We're trying to find the old castle." Maya smiled, feeling a surge of confidence. "Oh, the castle is that way," she said, pointing down the road. "You walk straight, then turn right. It's very close." The tourists thanked her warmly, and as they walked away, Maya felt a sense of pride she had never felt before. She had done it, she had spoken English and helped someone in need. That night, she couldn't stop smiling. From that day on, Maya's confidence grew. She started speaking English whenever she could, practicing with her classmates, and even trying to teach her little brother new words. She continued attending her English classes, where Mrs. Thompson introduced them to new and exciting challenges. They read simple English books, listened to English songs, and even watched English movies with subtitles. One day, Mrs. Thompson announced a special project. Each student was to write a short story in English and present it to the class. Maya was both excited and nervous. She had never written a story in English before, but she was determined to try. For days, Maya worked on her story. She wrote about a young girl who lived in a magical forest, where the trees could talk and the rivers sang songs. The girl in the story loved to explore, and one day, she discovered a hidden path that led to a land where everyone spoke a different language. The girl was scared at first, but she soon realized that by learning the new language, she could make friends and learn about the wonders of this new world. When it was Maya's turn to present her story, she stood in front of the class, her hands trembling slightly. But as she began to read, her nerves melted away. She spoke clearly and confidently, and when she finished, the class erupted in applause. Mrs. Thompson smiled proudly and told Maya that she had a gift for storytelling. That night, as Maya sat by the window in her room, looking out at the stars, she felt a deep sense of accomplishment. She had come so far from the day she first opened her red dictionary. English was no longer just a series of strange sounds and difficult words. It had become a part of her, a bridge to new experiences and friendships. Years passed, and Maya's love for English only grew stronger. She continued to study, read, and write. She started helping Mrs. Thompson with the younger students, sharing her own experiences and encouraging them to keep trying, no matter how hard it seemed. Eventually, Maya's hard work paid off in a way she had only dreamed of. She received a scholarship to study in a university abroad, in a country where English was the primary language. Saying goodbye to her family and her town was hard, but Maya knew that this was the opportunity she had been working toward. When she arrived in the new country, everything felt new and exciting. The streets were bustling with people from all over the world, speaking English with different accents. Maya threw herself into her studies, and although it was challenging at times, she never gave up. She made friends from different countries, learned about new cultures, and even started writing stories in English, inspired by her new surroundings. One day, as she sat in a cafe, sipping tea and writing in her notebook, Maya realized how far she had come. The girl who had once struggled with simple English phrases was now living her dream, studying in a foreign country, and writing stories in a language that had once been so foreign to her. Maya's journey was far from over. She knew that there was still so much to learn, so many more words to discover, and stories to tell. But as she looked out at the bustling street, she felt ready for whatever came next. English was no longer just a language, it was a part of her life, a tool that had opened up a world of possibilities. And with that realization, Maya smiled, knowing that her journey had only just begun.